Hello everyone, and welcome to Storytime from the Angie W Cox Public Library in downtown Partyville, Wisconsin. Today we are reading two stories. The first is Daniel Visits a Pumpkin Patch by Maggie Testa, and the second is Birdie's Happiest Halloween by Sujean Rim. The theme for these stories is Halloween. Don't forget to stop into the library for the corresponding craft that goes along with these stories. And don't forget to check out our channel 2 weeks from now for our next Halloween stories. First up, we have Daniel Visits a Pumpkin Patch by Maggie Testa. Hi neighbor, I am at a pumpkin patch. Have you ever gone to a pumpkin patch? I am going to pick out a pumpkin for our house. Find the one you like best, says Mom. Which pumpkin would you pick? Here is Miss Elena. Hi, Daniel, she says. Look at my pumpkin. It is the perfect pumpkin for me. I like your pumpkin, I tell her. Which one should I pick? What about this one, says Miss Elena. That pumpkin is nice, but it is too big for me, I say. Here is Prince Wednesday. Hi, Daniel and Miss Elena, he says. Look at my pumpkin. It is the perfect pumpkin for me. I like your pumpkin, I tell him. Which one should I pick? What about this one, says Prince Wednesday. That pumpkin is nice, but it is too small for me, I say. I take another look around the pumpkin patch. There it is, I say. There is the perfect pumpkin for me. I like your pumpkin, says Miss Elena. Me too, says Prince Wednesday. At home, I put my pumpkin in front of our house. It is the perfect pumpkin for our family. Thank you for helping me today. Ugga mugga. Our next Halloween story is Birdie's Happiest Halloween by Sujean Rim. Birdie loved the fall. There were so many fun things to do, like watching the leaves change color, apple picking with Mommy and Monster, wearing big fuzzy sweaters, and playing touch football with her friends. But Birdie's most favorite thing about fall was Halloween. She loved trick-or-treating and carving pumpkins, and she especially loved dressing up. One year, she dressed up as a robot. Another year, she was a mummy princess. It was so much fun being anything she wanted to be. Everyone was excited for Halloween. I'm going to be a superhero, said Coco. I'm going as a Kung Fu master, cheered Frederico. A baseball Hall of Famer, cried Byron. A juggling monkey, said Eve. I'm going to be Elvis, exclaimed Charlie. What are you going to be, Birdie? But Birdie didn't know yet, and she began to worry if she ever would. Monster had some ideas. The next day, on their way to pick out their pumpkin, Birdie, Mommy, and Monster walked by a museum. Look, there's a new exhibit, Mommy said. Ooh, can we go in? Birdie asked. Maybe I'll get some ideas for my Halloween costume. Mommy agreed. Great idea, sweetheart. The museum can be full of inspiration. Whoa, and it was. Look at all the historic figures. There was Betsy Ross, the maker of the first American flag, or Amelia Earhart, first woman to fly across the Atlantic. There was Neil Armstrong, first person to walk on the moon, and Joan of Arc, a French heroine. Albert Einstein was a theoretical physicist, and William Shakespeare was a playwright. George Washington was the first president of the United States, and Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. There's also Leonardo da Vinci, an artist, inventor, and an intellectual, and Martin Luther King Jr., a minister, humanitarian, and civil rights activist. There was also Sandra Day O'Connor, the first female U.S. Supreme Court justice. And there was also Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady of the United States from 1933 to 1945, and a humanitarian. Later, at the pumpkin patch, Birdie asked, "Mommy, can I really be anything I want to be?" "Absolutely," Mommy assured her, "and I can't wait to see what you decide." Over the next few days, Birdie enjoyed the colorful fallen leaves, ate candy apples, and even scored the winning touchdown. But she never stopped thinking about Halloween. She imagined herself in different costumes. What if she was an astronaut, like Neil Armstrong? How about a physicist, like Albert Einstein? What about a Supreme Court justice, like Sandra Day O'Connor? Birdie liked these ideas, but they didn't feel quite right. On the night before Halloween, as Birdie finished carving her pumpkin, she had a historic idea. She knew just what she wanted to be. On Halloween Day, Charlie, Coco, and Frederico met Eve and Byron outside to go trick-or-treating. They all looked for Birdie. And there she was! "It's the First Lady of the United States," said Charlie. "What a great costume!" "Oh, I'm not the First Lady," Birdie declared. "I am the President." Together, the juggling monkey, the superhero, the Kung Fu master, the Baseball Hall of Famer, Elvis, and the President went off to celebrate Halloween. And they had the best time ever being just who they wanted to be. Trick or treat! Thank you for joining us for this installment of the Angie W Cox's Storytime. Don't forget to stop by the library for the coordinating craft